You know, it's interesting. I was talking to Dave Burke once again today.
Good deal, Dave.
Yeah, good deal, Dave. We were talking about reading about face. And I was saying, hey, you know, when you read about the older I got, the more it meant to me. And there's a quote that from Musashi that I talked about on the podcast, which is, it's something like this, and I'm not going to get it perfectly right, but it's something like this. When you know the way, then you see the way in all things. So About Face is not a leadership book at all. But when you read it and you are thinking about leadership, it's just all about leadership. It's 100% about leadership. But it reminds me of what you're saying. Like when you're a kid and you don't know the way yet, and your grandfather could be telling you these stories, and it sounds kind of cool or whatever. But compared to when you actually know and understand war, it's just a totally different story. And as a matter of fact, speaking of that, when you were running the JOTC course, I came in and I was going to do like the brief that I would do to the JOTC course. And you were there. It was like the 10th time you were going to watch it. And I was like, hey, are you going to hang out and watch this, or are you just going to leave and go do like work out or something? And you're like, no, I'm going to stick around. And I was like, well, for what? And you're like, I learn something new every time. I was like, dang. So that's pretty, definitely when you get older, you can appreciate some of these things from when you know the way.
Well, let's look at extreme ownership. I mean, this is why you hear people that are like, hey, I'm reading it for the 7th time.
Yeah.
Because they will get 10 new things, or their perspective has changed.
That's the big,
and they learn it.
That's the part that I didn't account for. And I don't know who told me this. Somebody told me this, like, it was someone that had come to multiple musters. And I said, well, how'd you like this one? And all the musters are a little bit different, but the first 3 were not that different. The first 3 were the same, almost the same. And someone said, well, it's only been a year, but my perspective is totally different now because I've been promoted one time and I got different situations going on. So I'm seeing it differently. So that's another thing that happens as you get, again, older.
Mm-hmm.